What's going on? It's Big A with another video, and earlier today, I saw The Matrix Resurrections, which is the brand new installment as part of the Matrix franchise. It's the first film that they've had come out in I think 18 or 17 years, and yeah, I saw it in IMAX, and it was quite a weird experience. Like, the first part of the movie is kind of a meta analysis of what we as audience members have thought or currently think what the Matrix is, because in this new version of the Matrix, it's actually a video game. So everything that happened in the movies that we saw as movies, in their world, it's actually been sold to them as a video game in this new version of the Matrix. So you've got Thomas A. Anderson, who's like the video game designer, and yeah, the Matrix is a video game in their world, and it's all kind of like commentary on the media. That's what I like about the film the most, and that's like in the first half of the movie. The second half of the movie I didn't enjoy as much. That is more rescue the princess kind of stuff going on. The action is interesting because it's not the smooth, silky kung fu yen wo ping. It's none of that. There is kung fu in there, but it doesn't feel as good because the camera's kind of all over the place and it doesn't have that beautiful framing that the original movies had. No matter how crazy the originals got, the framing of the camera in the fight scenes was perfection every time. Everything was like a painting, whereas in this one, it's a little more on the rough side, to say the least. Overall, I think kind of the movie for me, I wouldn't say it was an enjoyable experience, although I did quite like the end of the movie. I did enjoy that, but I'd kind of say not a guilty pleasure. I don't think it's even as good as the sequels, the original sequels, Reloaded and Revolutions. It's weird because it's kind of a mess, but an enjoyable mess to a degree. I don't know. I think it's because the first half is so strong. Like, the film starts off with kind of a retelling of what originally happened in the first movie. And you're kind of confused, going, wait, how, what, why? And then things start to happen that didn't happen in the original movie, or happen in different ways, and then you find out what's going on, but then you're questioning, like, what is that? I don't know what that is. Like, they use this word modal, or there's a modal being run, da 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 da. You're like, what? And then you get introduced to the new Morpheus, and he's not the same as the old Morpheus. He's very different, and there's a reason why, which I actually thought was quite cool. I thought that was quite smart with how they did that. Unfortunately, the crew of the new ship, which I forget its name, you don't spend a lot of time with them. You don't really get to know them in the way that you got to know the crew of the Nebuchadnezzar. We spent a lot of time with those characters. So like Tank, Dozer, and all that. Switch, APOC, Mouse. We not Cypher. We know them all, and it just focuses on that one crew in the film. Whereas this new crew, we see them, we are introduced to them, but they don't do much. They're not, you know what I mean? They're in the story, but I can't even remember any of their names. The only one I remember is Bugs, because that's played by Jessica Henwick, who's actually pretty good in the movie. But yeah, overall, I'd have to say it was a weird experience. I wouldn't put some movies I'd see more than once. I wouldn't see this movie more than once at the cinema. Now I'd just catch it on streaming. Maybe I'll develop a different appreciation for it in the near future at some point. Maybe like as the years go by, it will kind of speak to me more. But I just enjoy seeing Carrie-Anne Moss and Keanu Reeves on screen together as Trinity and Neo, because it's cool. It's cool to me, innit, when I think about the originals and that and them too. And yeah, I like seeing those two. There were some good cameos. I'm not going to say what they are, but there's one super obvious one that you should know straight away as soon as I do it. Another one was the VFX supervisor of the original movies. I don't know if he VFX supervised this one, John Gator. He's in it as well as a little cameo. I'm sure there might be one or two others that I might have missed as well. But yeah, it's weird. It doesn't have that visual flair that the originals has. If it did, I think it would be a better movie. And if the pacing was a little better as well, I think that would have also made it a better movie. Overall, I've got to say it's quite average. Um, yeah, which is kind of a disappointment because I was really looking forward to this one and I was super jazzed about it. Let me know as to whether you've seen The Matrix Resurrections, what you think of it, whether you like it as much as the originals or if you think it's worse. Do all the things like comment, share, subscribe, and as always, I'll catch you on the next one.